let's move on to the curtain jerker. It's time to open up the show. It's time to talk about the 5 biggest topics in wrestling, and we're opening up the curtain with another hat tip to the production crew of WWE, and this is centering around the story between the Judgment Day, Dominik Mysterio, and Liv Morgan. My friend Robert, we've been talking about this for a while, how the production crew has just upped everything they're doing, how every little thing they show you matters. Weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, we saw in the background during a backstage segment, Liv Morgan walk out of a room, then a few seconds later, Dom Mysterio walk out of that same room. Liv Morgan was the one that injured Rhea Ripley in storyline. Rhea Ripley and Dom have been together for a while, and now we see Dominik during one backstage segment with the Judgment Day. He has a stupid little purple bandana around his neck. During the next segment, he doesn't have the bandana. Where did the bandana go? And then you see Liv Morgan with the bandana in her pocket, just poking out just a little bit for us fans to see it. Rob, this is still real to you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love this is my favorite storyline in wrestling right now, and I think it might be the only one. I am fully invested in this. I love everything about it. I love the little detail that's going on with the Judgment Day. Dominik Mysterio he's just constantly trying to bring new members into the Judgment Day, and Damian Priest looks like he's gonna murder him. He tried to get Carlito into the Judgment Day this past Monday, and Damian Priest was like, "No, the hell out of here." So Dominik Mysterio is, I think, looking for a way to get out of that group, or they're trying to figure out a way to break him out. And I think the perfect thing to do would to be have him break up with Rhea Ripley for Liv Morgan. And I just think the way that they're doing the storyline, they didn't even show that bandana. You wouldn't even have caught that on TV. That was from her images on Instagram and social media that she uploaded, that you saw that little pocket and people flipping out and zooming in. They're just on their game with everything now. Everything that they show you matters. Sure, some of it still sucks, but everything that they show you matters. And just this storyline itself, I think it's excellent. And I've been complaining about what they've been doing with Liv Morgan since she returned.
Right.
Again, I'll give a brief rundown one more time. Returned number 30 at the Women's Royal Rumble. Came in second at the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Second in the Battle Royal. She came in second in something else too. Oh, and the Women's Royal Rumble. She was the last woman eliminated. So she never has gotten a title shot. We learn on Raw that she will be facing Becky Lynch at King and Queen of the Ring. And my question to you, would you have Dominik Mysterio get involved in this match at King and Queen of the Ring and have Liv Morgan be the champion when Rhea Ripley returns? Because to me, we've already seen the Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch storyline. I want to see Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan with Dominik in Liv Morgan's corner. Would you agree with me on that?
Listen, we were a little disappointed when Becky won that belt, not because it's Becky, nothing to do with Becky, just because it felt like a retread. It felt like we got the injury and we just sort of reverted back to where we were. If this was all a build to slowly show us the Liv Morgan climb to the top via Dom, then it's worth it. Liv Morgan has to win at King Queen of the Ring. Liv Morgan has to win this belt, and it has to be due to Dom, because if Rhea Ripley's back, it's not a forever injury like a Kenny Omega and AEW here. Rhea Ripley should be back relatively soon, and so you have Dominik Mysterio go to the side of Liv and build that up for a few weeks with Liv as champion, and Rhea comes back with an actual dog to fight against. And as for the Judgment Day aspect of this, I don't think this would be the tipping point that breaks up Judgment Day. I think that's going to do with Damian Priest and then Finn Balor on the other side. But it absolutely is another catalyst into the breakup of that group. And I love how Dom's trying to bring in new people. I love how Dom's going to be eventually including Liv Morgan in those Judgment Day talks. And Damian Priest will eventually break off from that group, or they will attack him in some way. Maybe Dom Mysterio is the new leader of the Judgment Day there, and gives Rhea Ripley even more to attack. I'm all for this. And as you said, not everything needs to be good on wrestling television, because it's impossible to put on 3 hours, 2 hours, a pay-per-view and this and have it all be good television. But the fact that they are trying with these little Easter eggs, the fact that they are throwing dollops out there for people to catch on to, latch on to, and explore, it's fantastic. And it makes you care about this even more. It has idiots like us talking about it on a random Thursday because we're still thinking about it. Everything about this has been great, and I'm happy it's our curtain jerker.